Well, I'm the spawn ranch worker, and it fits me to a T. I'm the spawn ranch worker.
Hey everyone, Stoner Van Hound here. It is Sunday, May 11th, 2025. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. All right, today's video is going to be about, listen, today's video, I don't want to start any trouble, and I know this video probably, you're going to think at the end of the video, oh, you're just trying to start something, but no, I'm not. I'm just trying to bring something to your attention and have you decide what you think at the end of this video. Now, this video is about two authors who wrote books, and both these authors claim that their book is the holy grail to the case. One of the authors is George Stimson, and he wrote a book called Goodbye, Helter, Skelter. You can see it right here. You can also pick it up at goodbyehelterskelter.com. The other book is NICKOLAS SHRECKS' book, The Manson File, Myth and Reality of an Outlaw Shaman, which I don't have because I've given them away, and I will be giving away another copy of his book during a raffle that I'll be having on July 4th. So these two authors, NICKOLAS SHRECKS, George Stimson, I promote their books all the time, and I've told you this in many videos and a lot of live shows that I've done over the years, that they're, in my opinion, they are the leading authors in the cases of when it comes to the Manson murders. Now, the thing about them though is that it's two completely different theories. Two completely different theories. I mean, these two people couldn't even be more different. When we're talking about, George, and we're talking about Shrek, I mean, these are two completely different people. Both good guys. I've met them both. I know them both. Good guys. Good guys, good writers. But with two completely different theories. Now, I promote their books all the time. Now, until someone else writes a book, whether it's Michael Channels or whoever, I'm going to keep promoting their books because I feel that their books are the closest to the truth. I don't believe the Helter Skelter theory of Bugliosi. I don't know if you do or not. I know a lot of people now are definitely second-guessing it. The next generation of people that are learning about the Manson case, they're definitely second-guessing it, and then they should. Like I've always said, if you're going to start learning about this case, the first thing you have to read is, obviously, you have to read... I hate to say this, but you got to read Bugliosi's book first, Helter Skelter, just to learn what got the Manson family convicted. Here's what got them convicted. Now, if you want to learn about other stuff, what really happened, the first thing I would do is I would buy and read Lynette Fromme's book, Reflection, which is a great foundation to read first. Then after that, you can start with books like Goodbye, Helter Skelter, and then NICKOLAS SHRECKS' book, The Manson File, which will take you a little bit longer to read. Now, listen. One thing about George's book, you can see how thin it is. Okay? This is an easy read. This is, like high school level reading right here. I believe that a very good reader, and I know we have a lot out there, you guys could, you could probably read that instantly in one day. A really good reader, I know you could read this in one day. Now, when it comes to Nick's book, NICKOLAS SHRECKS' book is probably like two of these. Thick. You have two of these together, at least that thick, and it's the very small print. So you really have to look at it, and that's the real big problem with them, is the small print. But it's good information. So I'm not discrediting either one of their theories. I'm just saying these are the two authors, these are the two books. Now, when it comes to George's book, lately a lot is being said about this book. Ever since Making Manson came out, Manson came out on Peacock, the whole John Michael Jones, a little windstorm here, the whole John Michael Jones tapes with Manson, if you listen to that, it really does kind of lead more towards the Goodbye Helter Skelter theory. Now, you have to remember, and everybody that knows Manson has always said the same thing about him. At times, he'll tell you what you want to hear, so no matter who he's talking to, you have to take things that he's saying with a grain of salt. So I don't care how many hours of tape John Michael Jones has. That doesn't mean he's telling John the truth. So he's lying to everybody else he talks to on the phone except for John? Come on, man. That's bullshit. Even George and Shrek will tell you that, and they've talked to Manson just as much. So, well, maybe not Shrek, but I know George has, because George has visited Manson over 200 times. So anyway, like literally visited it. So anyway, everything really points to this theory. So from making Manson all the way through even Anthony DeMiria, who is J.C. Ring's nephew, who was just recently interviewed on the Paul Cass show. Check out that interview on Paul Cass. Even he thinks it's actually more towards this theory as well. And if you listen to what Sandra Good says on the Robert Hendrickson film, they even ask her, why did you guys do the murder? And they said, well, it's the whole copycat thing. Copycat this. Sandra Good even said it in the Robert Hendrickson film. Even in certain transcripts, other girls have said it, from Leslie to anyone who was probably one of Bobby's girlfriends, said copycat killing. So everything really leads to this. Now, with that said, and I wish I had a copy of Shrek's book, and I don't. I'm sorry I don't, Shrek. But I will be giving away a copy of it in a raffle that I'm having on July 4th. More information about the raffle at the bottom of this video. Now, the thing with Shrek book is that Shrek's book goes deep into the underworld, into the mobsters and everything else. It's a lot of information to take in. It's really fascinating, and it makes for a great read and everything. But to say that it's not true, I don't know. But to say that it's fully true, I don't know. We're kind of looking at it a little bit 50-50 here. The one thing that I will definitely take into consideration is that everyone I've ever talked to about Charles Manson, who's ever met Manson or had any kind of relationship with Manson, has always said the same thing. At times, he will tell you what you want to hear. So just remember that. So I don't care who's been in contact with him. I would second guess everything that has been ever told, has been ever said to you by Manson, whoever's been friends with him, whoever talked to him on the phone. So, Shrek's version, and I don't know what version you guys believe, and I'm going to leave it up to you guys watching this video. That tell me right now in the comment box what you believe. Do you believe it's the love of brother, the good, for the love of brother, the goodbye Helter Skelter thing? Do you think it was more a drug involved thing with the Shrek thing? I honestly, I've told you this before, I think it's a little bit of both, where it's a little bit of what Shrek has to say and what Tex was doing, and then a little bit of what this was going on. Yes, did the girls love Bobby and want to help him? Yes. Did Tex Watson have anything to do with the Gary Henman thing and Bobby? Why would he give a fuck? No, he wouldn't. He's doing his own thing in Hollywood, and we know that he has done some stuff. There's definitely evidence that Tex was involved with other things and knew other people, knew Cielo Drive. But when it comes to this book says that Tex Watson didn't know Cielo Drive and never been there. Then you look at this book, which I don't have. Just imagine his book right here. I should fucking photo edit that into it. If I was good at editing, I could actually put the book up here. Doink! And then, anyway, but in Shrek's book, it says that, Tex knows the area. He used to live at Cielo Drive one time. He knew the people up there, all this kind of stuff. So they're two completely different books, different theories. One is really deep into the drugs, the mob, this and that, and the whole, it's really about drugs, Canada, all that kind of stuff. It goes deep. The mamas and the papas and all this kind of stuff, and Laurel Canyon, and over here, it seems to be a little bit more basic, a little bit more simple. Look, I'm not trying to start a fight between anybody. All I'm saying is that the two authors of these books, I think, need to come together and do a show where they have a moderator that can actually moderate the show, whether it's Brian Davis, Paul Cass, or whoever can do it. Get both these guys on there and talk about their theories. And just try to set it straight on which one do you think is really more closer to the truth, which one's the more believable one. A lot of people really, 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 really believe this. A lot of people really do believe Shrek's book, which I wish I had. I believe both. I really do believe both. I mean, drugs, look, the one thing that I definitely believe is drugs get you in trouble, money gets you in trouble, women get you in trouble. So, but drugs and money definitely get you in trouble. So I don't believe it was just Helter Skelter and, Manson just wants to start a race war with the blacks. They're rising up. Now, there was a lot of tension with the blacks in the 60s. Of course there was. The Detroit riots, the Watts riots, and then Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Bobby Kennedy. All that kind of stuff going on. So it looked like, there was very tension. It looks like they were rising up. Okay, that might have been what they were saying on the news or something like that. So there might have been talk of that. But to me, that's not what was going to happen. And the whole theory of Helter Skelter to me is just so bullshit. But it's what was needed to convict Manson. Now just remember that Helter Skelter theory is what was needed to convict Manson. But if you look at all the evidence that's out there and all the videos and this and that that's out there, a lot of stuff leads to SHRECKS book, and a lot of stuff right now is really leaning towards this. And I actually think the meter is actually kind of tilting a little bit more towards this side now compared to the SHRECKS side. I wish I had a copy of SHRECKS book. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Which book do you believe in? Do you believe in George's book? Do you believe in SHRECKS book? Is there another book? I don't know. I'm sure you don't believe in Jeff Ginn's book or Rachel Legger Lansing's book or any one of those. Maybe some of you believe in Tom O'Neill's book. I don't know. So tell me in the comments below. This is Stoner Van Houten, just letting people know now. Look, before you start sending me the emails, George is my friend. Shrek is my friend. I know these guys. Look, you two, if you guys are watching, I'm not trying to start some. All I'm saying is that I promote your books a lot. I'm curious to know. But there is one thing I'll say. Look, until I actually physically hear the text tapes, I'm not really going to pick each side. Because to me, I want to hear the text tapes. I don't care what Anthony Demirius said, what some detective told him. There's nothing on there. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You don't need to listen to it. I don't believe that. So I want to hear the text tapes. And until I actually hear that, to me, look, I feel it's a little bit of both. So I'm not going to pick sides on this, but I'll let you guys pick sides on this. Tell me which book you think is the one, or if there's another one. All right, everybody, take care. I hope you enjoyed this video. All right, George Shrek, don't hate me.